Before we begin, drop your city and the time you're watching this video in the comments. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel for more content. The air here, it's never still. Not really. Even when the wind dies down, like it is now just after dawn, there's a hum. A low, deep thrumming you feel more in your bones than hear with your ears. Like the forest itself is breathing. I stand at the edge of it. Mossy oaks, they call it on the maps. But the locals, the few who live miles away, they call it Whisperwood. They don't come here. Warn me not to either. Said the trees have long memories, and they don't much like visitors. Said things move in the shadows there that shouldn't move at all. I guess that's why I'm here. Curiosity. A stupid, gnawing thing in my gut that always pulls me towards the places marked keep out. My backpack feels heavy, full of sensible things: GPS tracker, thermal camera, satellite phone, water purifier, energy bars. Modern armor against the wild. But inside? Inside I feel like a kid peeking into a dark closet, half expecting a monster, half hoping for one. The morning mist hangs low, clinging to the massive trunks of trees, so old they look like they've been carved from stone. Sunlight slices through the canopy in thin, dusty beams, making the mist glow faintly. It should look peaceful, serene, but it doesn't. There's a stillness that feels watchful, like the whole place is holding its breath, waiting to see what I'll do. I take a step, then another. The crunch of dry leaves under my boots sounds too loud, too clumsy in that heavy quiet. I leave the open meadow behind and enter the green gloom. The air changes instantly. It's cooler, damper. Smells of wet earth, decay, and something else. Something sharp and ancient, like old stone or maybe lightning. My GPS beeps reassuringly on my wrist, pointing the way in. Good. That's when I notice the silence. Not the quiet of an empty place, but a silence. The bird song that had been constant outside the tree line? Gone. The buzz of insects? Gone. Even the rustle of small creatures in the undergrowth has vanished. It's just the soft sigh of the wind high above, and that deep, low hum vibrating up through the soles of my boots. I shake my head. Imagination. First day jitters. It's just an old forest. Trees, dirt, shadows. Nothing more. I check my GPS again. Still tracking. I push deeper. The path, barely a deer track really, winds between giant oaks and pines. Their roots snake across the ground like petrified serpents. The sunlight gets patchier, weaker. The shadows beneath the trees deepen, turning from gray to a thick, velvety black, even though the sun outside must be climbing higher. It feels like walking into a cave. My eyes keep darting to the sides. Movement? Or just a trick of the shifting light? Once, I swear I saw a shape, tall and impossibly thin, vanish behind a thick curtain of hanging moss before I could focus. My heart gave a little jump. Just a shadow. Just the trees. Keep moving. The feeling of being watched grows stronger. It prickles on the back of my neck like cold fingers. I spin around, scanning the dense greenery. Nothing. Just endless trees, their bark cracked and furrowed like old skin. But the feeling doesn't go away. It settles in, heavy and cold. I try to focus on the details. Look for signs. Animal tracks? Nothing fresh. Just old, blurred impressions. The plants seem strange. Not sickly, but different. Ferns curl in tighter spirals than I remember. Moss grows in unnervingly perfect circles around the base of some trees. Vines hang thick and straight, like dark ropes waiting to be used. I stop by a particularly massive oak. Its trunk is wider than my car. I place a hand on the rough bark. It feels warm. Not sun-warmed, but alive warm. And beneath my palm, I feel it. A slow, deep pulse. Thump, 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 matching the low hum in the air. I snatch my hand back. Okay. That was weird. Really weird. Time for a break. I pull out my water bottle and take a long drink. My fingers brush the satellite phone clipped to my belt. Just a quick check-in? Prove to myself everything's fine? I unclip it, power it on. The screen lights up brightly in the gloom. Signal strength 0. That can't be right. I was getting 3 bars on the edge of the meadow. I hold it higher, turn slowly. Nothing. Just the little icon showing no signal. Annoying, but not unheard of in thick forest. I shove it back on my belt. My GPS still shows my position clearly. That's the main thing. I shoulder my pack and keep walking. The unease is a solid knot in my stomach now. That hum feels louder. Less like background noise, more like a presence. And the silence? It's oppressive. It presses in on my ears. The afternoon slips away faster than it should. The light under the trees turns a thick, soupy green, then begins to fade towards twilight long before sunset. The shadows stretch and merge, swallowing the forest floor. It's time to think about setting up camp. Find a clear spot, get a fire going. The familiar routine will help shake this creeping dread. That's when the whispers start. At first, I think it's the wind. But the air is dead still. Then I think it's water trickling somewhere. But I haven't seen a stream. It's soft. Very soft. Like dry leaves scraping together. Like distant, breathy sighs. Not words. Not yet. Just sounds. They seem to come from everywhere and nowhere. From the trees themselves, from the deep shadows between them, from the ground beneath my feet. I stop dead, straining my ears. My heart is hammering against my ribs. There it is again. A low murmur, like many voices talking quietly far away. Impossible to make out. I spin slowly, peering into the gathering gloom. The trees look like dark sentinels, their branches like twisted arms reaching down. The feeling of being watched is so intense it feels like physical pressure. Hello? My voice sounds small and thin, swallowed instantly by the forest. The whispers pause for a second, then resume, slightly louder, more insistent. Still wordless, but now with an edge. A rhythm. A low, guttural chanting underneath the sighing. Panic, cold and sharp, pricks at me. This isn't right. None of this is right. Time to go. Now! I raise my wrist, stabbing at the GPS screen. The map flickers, then dissolves into a mess of jagged lines and static. The little arrow representing me spins wildly, pointing north, then south, then east, west, faster and faster. No! No, no, no! I smack the device. Nothing. Just the frantic, useless spin. I yank out the satellite phone again. Power button. The screen flickers, shows the logo, then floods with rolling static. A harsh, grating buzz erupts from the speaker, so loud I almost drop it. Beneath the static, faintly, I think I hear voices? Gibberish, but voices. I fumble, turning it off. The silence crashes back, but the whispers are louder now, closer. I need light. I fumble in my pack for my powerful headlamp. My fingers are trembling. I finally get it out, jam it onto my head, flick the switch. Bright white light floods the immediate area. Relief, sharp and sudden. Light pushes back the dark. I swing my head, the beam cutting through the shadows. And I see them. Not fully. Not clearly. Just movements. Shapes flitting at the very edge of the light beam, just beyond the circle of visibility. Tall, impossibly thin shapes, dark against the darker trees. They vanish the instant the light touches them. But they leave an impression. Long limbs. Jagged silhouettes. Not human. Not animal. A choked gasp escapes me. I spin, trying to catch one in the beam. Nothing. Just empty trees. But the moment I look away, the movement is there again, in the corner of my eye. Peripheral ghosts. Taunting me. The whispers surge. They aren't sighs anymore. They aren't wind. They form sounds. Guttural, clicking, scraping sounds that almost resolve into words. A language. Harsh and ancient and utterly alien. It rises and falls, weaving through the creaking of the ancient trees, which now sounds less like unsettling and more like groans of pain. The low hum beneath it all has become a tangible vibration in the air, making my teeth ache. The chanting, it feels like a song, but not a song of welcome. It's heavy, hungry, malevolent. Panic explodes in my chest, pure and blinding. Run. I have to run. Get out. I turn, aiming my light down what I think is the path I came in on. It's just darkness now. Every direction looks the same. Tangled roots, thick ferns, looming trees. No path. It's gone. I pick a direction. Away from the chanting. Away from the shapes. I crash through the undergrowth, branches whipping at my face, roots snagging my boots. My breath comes in ragged sobs. Behind me, the whispers follow. They don't fade with distance. They stay with me, flowing around me through me. The guttural language grows clearer, louder. It's not just noise anymore. It's words, phrases, snatches of meaning that worm their way into my brain. Lost little thing, asterisk. Flesh so warm, asterisk. Roots drink deep, asterisk. Stay, asterisk. I stumble, fall hard on my knees, the breath knocked out of me. The headlamp jolts, pointing straight ahead. For a split second, the beam catches one of the shapes fully. Tall. Skeletal thin, but not bone. Like twisted, blackened wood. Elongated limbs ending in sharp points. A head that seemed too small, featureless except for two pits of absolute darkness where eyes should be. It didn't move. It just stared. Then it was gone, melting back into the trees faster than I could blink. A scream tears from my throat, raw and terrified. I scramble to my feet, running blindly now. Direction doesn't matter. Only away. The forest is a suffocating maze. Every turn seems to lead deeper into thicker, darker growth. The trees press in closer, their branches tangling overhead like a cage. The air is thick with the smell of damp rot and that sharp, electric tang. The whispers are inside my head now. Not just around me. In me. The guttural voice, no longer multiple whispers, but one resonant, ancient sound, speaks directly to my deepest, most hidden fears. You are nothing, asterisk it hisses, echoing my own secret insecurities. A speck of dust, forgotten, unloved. They laugh at you, behind your back, always, asterisk images of friends, family, colleagues flicker, their faces twisting with scorn. My deepest social anxieties made real by the voice. Alone, forever alone, this is all you deserve, Asterisk, a crushing wave of isolation and despair washes over me. The dark, it waits for you, cold, endless. Asterisk, the primal fear of oblivion, of ceasing to be, grips my heart like ice. I trip again, sprawling face first into damp leaf litter. I don't get up. What's the point? The voice is right. I'm lost. Truly, hopelessly lost. The fear is so immense it's paralyzing. I curl into a ball, covering my ears, squeezing my eyes shut. But it doesn't stop the voice. It vibrates through the ground, pulses in the air, resonates in my bones. Fight is useless. Asterisk, the voice booms, no longer a whisper but a command. Surrender, become part of the whole, part of the endless song. The voice isn't just talking to me anymore. It's talking through the forest. The trees creak in rhythm with its words. The shadows pulse. The very air thrums with its power. It's ancient. Older than the trees, older than the hills. It is the forest. Its consciousness, its hunger, its enduring, terrifying life force. I lift my head. My tears feel cold on my cheeks. My limbs feel heavy, like lead. The frantic urge to run has drained away, and it demands submission. I don't know how long I lie there. Time has lost meaning. The darkness is absolute, but it's no longer empty. It's alive, thrumming, whispering. Then I see it. Ahead, through the impenetrable wall of trees, a light. Not the cold white of my failing headlamp. A soft, pulsating, sickly greenish-yellow glow. It pulses slowly, like a heartbeat. Thump, 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 matching the deep vibration in the ground. A path seems to open. Not a real path. The trees just lean back. The undergrowth seems to flatten. An invitation. Or a command. I don't think. I don't choose. My body moves on its own, drawn towards the light like a moth. I push myself up, stumble forward. My legs feel numb. My mind feels foggy, distant. The whispers are a constant symphony now, wrapping around me, guiding me. I step into a clearing. It's not large. In the center stand 3 colossal, gnarled trees, their trunks twisted together like ancient lovers, or perhaps like serpents coiled. They are impossibly old, their bark black and deeply fissured, glowing faintly with that same eerie, pulsing light. The light emanates from within the wood itself, seeping through the cracks, illuminating the clearing in shifting, unnatural hues. Moss hangs thickly from their branches, dripping moisture that glows faintly as it falls. This is the heart. The source. The air crackles with raw power. The whispers coalesce, solidify, pouring from the glowing trees themselves. The guttural chanting is deafening now, a physical force vibrating the air, making my vision blur. It's not multiple voices anymore. It's one voice. Immense, ancient, implacable. It speaks, not in my head now, out loud. A deep, resonant sound that shakes the ground and rattles my teeth. It speaks in that impossible language, yet I understand. The meaning bypasses my ears, imprints directly onto my mind. We are the root. The stone. The endless dark between the stars. Asterisk. We were here before the walking flesh. We will be here when it is dust. Asterisk. This place is ours. Always. All things that enter. Belong. Asterisk. Your fear. Your life. Your silence. Feeds the ancient song. Asterisk. You are ours now. Blood to the soil. Breath to the wind. Voice to the choir. Asterisk. The words are not just heard, they are felt. They carry the weight of millennia, the cold patience of stone, the insatiable hunger of the deep earth. There is no malice in the voice, not the hot, human kind. Only a vast, indifferent certainty. Like gravity. Like time. It simply is, and I am nothing before it. The pulsing light intensifies, bathing me completely. It doesn't feel warm. It feels absorbing. Like it's pulling the heat, the light, the very me out of my body. The whispers aren't outside anymore. My legs give out. I sink to my knees in the soft, glowing moss. I don't feel fear anymore. Not panic. Just a profound stillness. An acceptance as deep and cold as the forest floor. The struggle is over. The running is done. The voice is right. I belong here. I always did. I look up at the glowing trees, the source of the voice, the heart of Whisperwood. The light washes over my face. The whispers fill my ears, my mind, until there is nothing else. No thoughts of escape. No memories of home. No sense of the person I was just hours ago. Only the sound. The ancient, chilling symphony. The light pulses brighter. The voice resonates deeper. The whispers become my own breath, my own heartbeat. I feel my edges blurring. My body feels less solid. More like mist. More like shadow. More like the forest. I am not afraid. The silence isn't silent anymore. It's full. Full of the song. Full of the voice. Full of the slow, inevitable beat of the ancient heart. I close my eyes. Not to shut it out. To let it in. All the way in. The light envelopes me. The whispers become my voice, joining the chorus. My last human thought drifts away, insignificant as a falling leaf. I am part of the root. The stone. The endless dark. I am part of the song. The forest breathes. And I breathe with it.